Morton Anderson entered the National Football League as the fourth-round draft pick of the New Orleans Saints in 1982. He left the game 25 seasons later as the most prolific scorer in league history. Following a strike-shortened rookie season, Anderson kicked into high gear in his second season as he netted 91 points for New Orleans in 1983. It marked the first of 22 seasons in which he recorded 90 points or more. He topped the 100-point total 14 times in his career. The first occasion of reaching the century mark came in 1985, when he connected on 31 of 35 field goals and added 27 extra points for 120 points. For his efforts, he earned the first of 7 Pro Bowl nominations, and was also named first-team All-Pro for the first of 5 times. After 13 seasons in New Orleans, and ranking as the franchise's all-time leading scorer, Anderson joined the Atlanta Falcons in 1995, and eventually became that team's career scoring leader. He recorded a spectacular season his first year in Atlanta, when he scored a career-high 122 points that included a then NFL record for most 50-yard field goals in a season. On December 10, 1995, in a 19-14 win over his former team, the Saints, he made NFL history when he became the first kicker ever to convert 3 field goals of 50 yards or longer in the same game. Anderson kicked for the Falcons for 6 seasons before continuing his reliable scoring with the New York Giants, Kansas City Chiefs, and Minnesota Vikings. In 2006, he was lured out of retirement by Atlanta and finished his career with 2 more campaigns with the Falcons. Among the most notable league records he set were career points, 2,544, most field goals, 565, and games played, 382. In addition, his 40 field goals of 50 yards or longer were the most in NFL history at his retirement. He is one of the rare players to be named to 2 NFL All-Decade teams, 1980s and 1990s. In all, he converted 565 of 709 field goal attempts and 849 of 859 point-after attempts. He led his teams in scoring 22 times, led the NFL in field goals in 1987, the NFC in scoring in 1992, and topped all conference kickers in most field goals in 1985, 1987, and 1995. Marcus Allen, the 10th player selected in the 1982 National Football League draft, played 16 seasons with the Los Angeles Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. During that time, he gained 12,243 yards rushing, 5,411 yards receiving, and scored 145 touchdowns. Considered one of the game's best goal line and shortage yard runners, Marcus began his pro career as the NFL Rookie of the Year and ended as the game's all-time rushing touchdown leader. At the time of his retirement following the 1997 season, he held the single-season record for most rushing and receiving yards combined, 2,314, second in consecutive 100-yard games, and was third in career combined yardage. During his 11 seasons with the Raiders, the former University of Southern California standout was named to the Pro Bowl 5 times. He added a 6th appearance in 1994 as a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. He was the Raiders' leading ground gainer 7 consecutive years, and the Chiefs 4 consecutive times. He even led the Raiders in receptions with 51 in 1987. Allen's big game performance in Super Bowl 28, when the Raiders defeated the Washington Redskins 38-9, earned the then second-year player Game MVP honors. In that game, he rushed for 191 yards and scored 2 touchdowns, one on a Super Bowl record 74-yard gallop. Allen's finest season came in 1985, as he led the league with 1,759 rushing yards on 380 carries for a 4.6 yards per carry average and 11 touchdowns. He also caught 67 passes for 555 yards and scored an additional 3 touchdowns. For his performance, he was rewarded with league MVP honors. In 1995, Marcus made NFL history when he became the first player in league history to rush for over 10,000 yards and catch passes for 5,000 more. As further evidence of his versatility, Allen completed 12 of 27 passes for 282 yards and 6 touchdowns during his career. In 15 career playoff games, he carried the ball 267 times for 1,347 yards and 11 touchdowns, averaging an impressive 5.0 yards per carry. He also added 52 catches for 522 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Although he was a 3-time All-Southwestern Conference star who had intercepted 26 passes in 3 seasons at Jackson State, Lem Barney was a comparative unknown when he joined the National Football League as a second-round draft pick of the Detroit Lions in 1967. It took only a few games, however, for the 6-foot, 188-pound speedster to become widely respected as one of the premier cornerbacks in pro football. Barney originally was tested as a wide receiver, but his exceptional skills as a defender could not be ignored. After a sensational rookie season, he was named the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year and selected to play in the Pro Bowl, something he would do 6 more times during his stellar career. Barney also tied for the NFL interception lead with 10. 3 of his interceptions were returned for touchdowns, just 1 short of the then all-time single-season record. Barney, a native of Gulfport, Mississippi, also won acclaim as a kick return specialist. Particularly early in his career, he saw duty on both the punt and kickoff return units, as well as playing full-time at cornerback. He was highly feared as a big play threat for good reason. In his 11-year tenure that ended after the 1977 campaign, Barney had a 98-yard kickoff return, a 94-yard field goal return, a 74-yard punt return, and a 71-yard interception runback. His career record includes 56 interceptions for 1,077 yards, 143 punt returns for 1,312 yards, and 50 kickoff returns for 1,274 yards. He scored 11 touchdowns on 7 interceptions, 2 punt returns, 1 kickoff return and 1 field goal return. He also recovered 11 opponents' fumbles and doubled as the Lions punter in both 1967 and 1969. Barney was named All-NFL in 1968 and 1969, and All-NFC in 1972 and 1975. Elvin Bethea, an outstanding prospect from North Carolina A&T, was the Houston Oilers' 3rd-round pick in the 1968 AFL-NFL draft. Most observers agree that for a 3rd-rounder, he was a steal. In hindsight, and after 16 seasons of outstanding play with the Oilers, it's safe to say he was more than a steal. He was clearly one of the best players selected, and that in a draft that produced 3 future Hall of Fame players, Larry Csonka, Art Shell, and Ron Yary. An 8-time Pro Bowl selection, Bethea played in 210 games during his long career in Houston. He was named first or second team All-AFL AFC 6 times and second team All-Pro 4 times. Considered a leader both on and off the field, Bethia was durable and dependable. He started at defensive end in the 1968 season opener and didn't miss a game until breaking his arm in a game against the Oakland Raiders on November 13, 1977. When he retired, which was put off by a year per the Oilers' request, he held 3 team records relating to career service: most seasons, 16, most career regular season games played, 210, and most consecutive regular season games played, 135. He also saw action in 8 Oilers playoff games. Although sacks were not an official National Football League statistic until 1982, Elvin's unofficial 105 career quarterback sack total still ranks as the best in Oilers' Tennessee Titans history, as are the 16 sacks he recorded in 1973. 6 times he led his team in that department. His best single-game performance as a pass rusher came in a game against the San Diego Chargers in 1976, in which he recorded 4 sacks and 1 fumble recovery. More than just a pass rusher, Bethia was also effective against the run. Even though 1974 was the first year such statistics were compiled by the Oilers, his 691 career tackles are still among the best in franchise history, even excluding the first 6 years of his career. Fred Biletnikoff, a 6'1", 190-pounder with excellent hands and deceptive speed, caught 589 passes for 8,974 yards and 76 touchdowns during his 14-year career with the Oakland Raiders from 1965 through 1978. At the time of his retirement, Fred not only dominated the Raiders' record book for pass receiving, but he owned several significant NFL marks as well. Along with another Hall of Fame receiver, Raymond Berry, Fred held the record for having caught 40 or more passes in 10 consecutive seasons. His 70 receptions, 1,167 yards receiving, and 10 touchdowns in 19 postseason games were also NFL postseason career records. The talented pass catcher came to the Raiders as their number 2 draft pick in 1965. A 1964 All-America at Florida State Gator Bowl victory over Oklahoma. He also played in the College All-Star game before reporting to the Raiders training camp. Biletnikoff started as a special teams player and did not see action as a flanker until the 7th game of his rookie campaign. When he did get a chance to start, he responded with a 7-catch, 118-yard performance and, in the process, became a regular for good. A durable, dependable performer, Biletnikoff missed only 8 games because of injury in 14 seasons. Biletnikoff, a native of Erie, PA, reached the zenith of a career filled with outstanding achievements when he caught 4 passes for 79 yards to set up 3 Oakland scores in the Raiders' 32-14 victory in Super Bowl XI. He was named the game's most valuable player. Fred was an All-AFL pick in that league's final 1969 season, earned All-Pro honors in 1972, and won All-AFC acclaim in 1970, 1972 and 1973. He played in 2 AFL All-Star games and 4 AFC NFC Pro Bowl games, as well as 3 AFL and 5 AFC Championship games, plus Super Bowls 2 and 11. Biletnikoff recorded his only 1,000-yard receiving season in 1968, when he caught 61 passes for 1,037 yards and 6 touchdowns. The following season, in 1969, he caught a career-high 12 receiving touchdowns. He was an AFL All-Star for the 2nd time and earned first-team All-AFL honors from the Associated Press, the Newspaper Enterprise Association, Pro Football Writers of America, The Sporting News, Pro Football Weekly, and the New York Daily News. The AFL merged into the National Football League in 1970. In his first 5 seasons in the NFL, Biletnikoff was invited to 4 Pro Bowls. A highly productive receiver in the postseason, Biletnikoff left the NFL as the all-time leader in postseason receptions, 70, receiving yards 1,167, and receiving touchdowns 10 accumulated over 19 postseason games. He recorded over 100 receiving yards in a postseason 5 times. In the 1968 American Football League playoffs, he had 14 receptions for 370 yards and 4 touchdowns through 2 games. In the 1976-77 NFL playoffs, Biletnikoff recorded 13 receptions for 216 yards and a touchdown. This included 4 catches for 79 yards to set up 3 Oakland scores in the Raiders' 32-14 victory in Super Bowl XI, for which he was named Super Bowl MVP. Until Super Bowl 56, Biletnikoff was the only receiver ever to win Super Bowl MVP without gaining 100 receiving yards or scoring a touchdown. Mel Blount,
Neal, Darren Cherry, and Kwame Lassiter. Brown concluded his 4-year stint in Denver with 15 interceptions in 50 games and 2 AFL All-Star selections. Oakland Raiders Super Bowl glory. While Willie Brown served notice he was one of the best cornerbacks in the AFL, the Denver Broncos struggled mightily. On the other hand, the Oakland Raiders, another founding member of the AFL, were on the rise. Willie Brown officially became a member of the Silver and Black prior to the 1967 AFL season. Brown made an immediate impact, picking off 7 passes and adding 2 fumble recoveries in his first season as a Raider in 1967. Oakland won 13 of 14 regular season games, won the AFL championship, and made its first Super Bowl appearance that year. Behind quarterback Bart Starr's 202 passing yards and 1 touchdown pass, the Green Bay Packers beat the Oakland Raiders in Super Bowl II, 33-14. Willie Brown set the precedent for playing the cornerback position in Oakland. His exemplary play paved the way for future Oakland Raiders defensive stalwarts such as Mike Haynes, Lester Hayes, Rod Woodson, and Charles Woodson. His on-field exploits helped him earn 3 Super Bowl rings, 1 as a player and 2 as a coach. Who could ever forget his memorable pick 6 off Minnesota Vikings quarterback Fran Tarkenton in Super Bowl XI? That was an NFL Films highlight reel for the ages. Clearly, football ran in Brown's blood. He coached after retiring and served in the Raiders front office for almost 3 decades. He also earned a ton of football accolades. No wonder many people in the football world also spoke highly of Brown, a man of high character. Truly, Willie Brown was part of a rare breed of gridiron warriors. Buck Buchanan was the first player taken in the 1963 American Football League draft. Selected by the Kansas City Chiefs, Buck quickly proved the rave notices that preceded him were not unfounded. Eddie Robinson, his coach at Grambling, where he had been an NAIA All-America in 1962, called him the finest lineman I have seen. Others who had watched Buchanan in action were equally enthusiastic. Born September 10, 1940, in Gainesville, Alabama, Buchanan had the physical. He was clocked at 4.9 in the 40 and 10.2 in the 100 at Grambling and, with that speed, he could range from sideline to make tackles. In spite of the weekly pounding he took on the scrimmage line, Buchanan was extremely durable. He played in 182 career games that included a string of 166 straight. After dabbling briefly at defensive end as a rookie, Buchanan settled down to his permanent job as the Chiefs' defensive right tackle. He was named to his first AFL All-Star game after his second season in 1964. It was the first of an 8-season period during which he played in either the AFL All-Star Game or the AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. He was a virtually unanimous All-AFL choice from 1966 through 1969 and then won All-AFC honors in 1970 and 1971. He was a defensive leader for the Chiefs in their losing effort in Super Bowl I and then was outstanding in Kansas City's 23-7 upset of Minnesota in Super Bowl IV that saw the Buchanan-led defense completely stifle the vaunted Vikings attack. He teamed with Curly Mick Tingelhoff, a five-time AP first-team All-Pro selection up to that 1969 season, as handily as the left guard, Jim Veloni. In 1999, he was ranked number 67 on the Sporting News list of the 100 greatest football players, right behind his former Chiefs teammate Bobby Bell. The Chiefs also retired his uniform number 86. Nick Buoniconti played guard on offense and linebacker on defense at Notre Dame. An undersized player, he defied all the numbers by which pro scouts judge potential. He wasn't even drafted by a National Football League team, and lasted until the 13th round of the 1962 American Football League draft, before being tapped by the Boston Patriots. Even his coach at Notre Dame advised AFL and NFL scouts that he was too small to play in the pros. However, as several coaches later noted, Buoniconti played bigger than his size. The 5'11", 220-pound middle linebacker went on to play 14 seasons, 1962 to 1974, 1976, with the Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Determined to succeed, the Springfield, Massachusetts native made an immediate impact at linebacker with the Patriots helping the team capture the 1963 AFL Eastern Division title. During his 7 seasons with the Pats, the hard-hitting, freelancing linebacker recorded 24 interceptions, which still ranks as 7th in team history. He had a career-high 5 interceptions in 1964, and in one game in 1968 against the Buffalo Bills he grabbed 3 errant passes. Although he never returned an interception for a touchdown, he twice scored on fumble recoveries. Buoniconti played in 5 AFL All-Star games as a Patriot and a 6th after being traded to the Dolphins in 1969. That season he was named the team's most valuable player, an honor he would again be awarded in 1970 and 1973. His outstanding play in 1972 and 1973 earned him 2 more Pro Bowl berths, and in 1973, he set a then-team record of 162 tackles, 91 of which were unassisted. The driving force of the Dolphins' famed, no-name defense, Nick inspired his teammates with his outstanding play and fiery leadership. During his years with the Dolphins, the team advanced to 3 straight Super Bowl appearances, winning 2. With one coming after their incredible undefeated season in 1972. "Every play is like life or death," he once said, when asked why he was so relentless. "I can't think of anything except the play that is taking place at the moment." Buoniconti, who recorded 32 career interceptions, was named to the all-time AFL team in 1970, and was named a first-team All-AFL, AFC choice 8 times. For years, Campbell was a consensus All-America year by several media groups. He was named the NFL's most valuable player, All-Pro, and Rookie of the Year. He won the league rushing championship with 1,450 yards and was named to the AFC Pro Bowl squad. His play that season led the Oilers to a 10-6 record and victories over the Dolphins. It was more of the same the next 2 years with NFL rushing titles, MVP honors, and consensus All-Pro acclaim each when he rushed for 1,934 yards, which at the time was second only to 0. J. Simpson's 2,003 yards gained in 1973. That year, he gained over 200 yards in 4 games. In 1981, he won his 4th consecutive AFC rushing title. A sensational runner, Campbell was picked for the Pro Bowl 5 of his first 6 NFL seasons. Touchdown pass to receiver Billy White Shoes Johnson, and the fact that over 60% of his yards came during the fourth quarter. Just the sight of his powerful legs was enough to send shivers down the spine of defenders. That's when the tough get going, and 74 touchdowns. He also gained 806 yards on 121 receptions to bring his career combined net yards total to 10. Night game against Miami in his rookie season. That night, he rushed for 199 yards and 4 touchdowns to lead the Oilers to a spectacular 35-30 victory. In spite of the constant pounding he took from opposing defenders, Earl missed only 6 games out of 115 because of injuries. Midway into his 7th season, the powerful running back was traded by the Oilers to the New Orleans Saints for a first-round draft pick. He played a season and a half with the Saints before retiring after the 1985 campaign. Harold Carmichael played 14 seasons in the National Football League. He was a 7th-round pick out of Southern University in the 1971 NFL Draft by the Philadelphia Eagles, where he spent 13 seasons. His final season in the NFL was spent with the Dallas Cowboys. During just his 3rd season, Carmichael recorded a career-high and team record at time with 67 catches for 1,116 yards to lead NFL in receptions and receiving yardage in 1973. This included a personal best 12 catches for 187 yards against the St. Louis Cardinals on October 14, 1973. Carmichael was a key member of Eagles teams that earned 4 straight playoff appearances from 1978 to 1981. He scored a career-best 11 touchdown receptions during the 1979 season. Carmichael registered 40 or more catches in 9 straight seasons, eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark 3 times and had 20 games with 100 or more receiving yards during his career. Carmichael led the Eagles in receptions and receiving yardage 7 times and established a then NFL record of 127 straight games with a reception from 1972 to 1980. A true leader, Carmichael helped Philadelphia to a division title and the franchise's first Super Bowl appearance in 1980. At the time of his retirement, Carmichael was the Eagles' all-time leader in games played, consecutive games played, touchdowns, receptions, receiving yards and touchdown receptions. As the 1971 NFL Draft approached, teams weren't sure how Carmichael could be used in the pros. By the 7th round, Carmichael was still on the board until the Philadelphia Eagles selected him with the 161st overall pick in the 7th round. After arriving in Philly, the Eagles' coaching staff had a rough stretch of football. In 1973, Mike McCormick became the head coach of the Eagles, and Carmichael became a starter. Quarterback Roman Gabriel had a reasonably easy time spotting his abnormally tall target and found Carmichael a league-high 67 times for 1,116 yards, also an NFL high, and 9 touchdowns. He also led the league that year in yards per game with 79.7. Due to his performance, Carmichael was named a second-team All-Pro and voted to his first Pro Bowl. Gabriel not only had it made with Carmichael's height but with the height of receiver Don Zimmerman, 6'3", and tight end Charles Young, 6'4". With the Eagles languishing in the win column, the organization fired McCormick after the 1976 season and replaced him with former UCLA head coach Dick Vermeil. Right away, the team could see Vermeil's coaching style was part cheerleader, part firecracker. One of the first orders of business for the new coach was to have a conversation with his tallest player. Before the 1977 season began, Philly traded Charles Young to the LA Rams for backup quarterback Ron Jaworski. Vermeil then inserted Jaworski as his starter, and the Eagles began to get better. The team won 5 games in 1977 as Carmichael caught 46 balls and 7 touchdowns. In 1978, He was voted to his second Pro Bowl after collecting 55 passes for 8 touchdowns. That season also saw the Eagles improve to 9-7 and receive a wild-card loss to the Atlanta Falcons, a game where Carmichael had the first score of the contest. The Eagles really began to soar in 1979 when they went 11-5, defeated the Chicago Bears in the wild-card round, and then lost to the upstart Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the divisional round. Carmichael was voted as a second-team All-Pro for the second time as well as to his third Pro Bowl when he caught 52 passes and 11 touchdowns. He also caught 3 touchdowns in the postseason. The Eagles took their 12-4 regular season record into the 1980 playoffs and defeated the Vikings and Cowboys in consecutive receptions for 8,985 yards and 79 TDs. He was named first-team All-Pro in 1973. Second-team All-Pro 3 times, received first-team All-NFC 3 times and second-team All-NFC 4 times. Named to NFL's All-Decade Team of 1970s, Carmichael won the NFL Man of the Year in 1980 and selected to 4 Pro Bowls. A defensive end in college, Harry Carson never missed a game in 4 seasons at South Carolina State. Selected by the New York Giants in the 4th round of the 1976 NFL Draft, he was immediately moved to the linebacker position in the pros. Carson won the starting middle linebacker position halfway through that rookie season and went on to be named to the All-NFL Rookie Team. An emotional player, Carson led by example both on and off the field. He led all Giants defenders in tackles 5 seasons and was named to the Pro Bowl 9 times, including 7 straight from 1982 through 1988. His best single-game performance came in 1982 in a Monday night game versus the Green Bay Packers in which he racked up 20 solo tackles and 5 assists. He accumulated 14 opponents' fumble recoveries during his career. Carson, as an inside linebacker, was a ferocious run-stopper. Known for his all-out style of play, he attacked onrushing blockers head-on in his pursuit of the ball carrier. Later in his career, when he was joined by outside linebackers Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks, there was no better linebacker trio in the NFL. Like Taylor, he was extremely difficult to defend in blitzing situations and he had the speed and agility to be an effective pursuit player, even when the play was directed away from his area of responsibility. In 1986, Carson finished second in total tackles for the Giants with 118 in the regular season and 23 in the playoffs. He recorded the 9th of his 11 career interceptions, had 2 quarterback sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 forced fumbles, as the Giants went on to defeat the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 21. Although he was a very consistent player, Carson seemed to produce top performances in key games. That was the case in New York's Super Bowl season. His interception and 12 solo tackles against the Washington Redskins on December 7 virtually assured the Giants of the NFC East title. It was also Carson who made the big play on the Giants' first half goal line stand against the Broncos in the Super Bowl, when he stuffed Gerald Wilhite for no gain. Carson was one of the first practitioners of the Gatorade shower, which is when the coach of the winning team as a player with the Giants, he would have him at his side during the singing of the national anthem for good luck. In addition to his 9 Pro Bowl appearances, Carson was named first or second team All-Pro 6 times and first or second team All-NFC 6 times. Bill Belichick, an assistant coach for the Giants for 12 years, who as head coach, led the New England Patriots to 6 Super Bowl victories, considered Carson the best all-around linebacker he ever coached. Tight end Dave Casper was an honorable mention All-America as an offensive tackle in 1972, and an All-America tight end in 1973 at Notre Dame. The Oakland Raiders selected him in the second round of the 1974 National Football League draft. Used primarily on special teams his first 2 years in Oakland, he earned a starter's role in 1976 and quickly established himself as a dominant player, finishing the season with an impressive 53 catches for 691 yards and 10 touchdowns. His outstanding play invigorated the Raiders' offense with a blend of pass catching and blocking that culminated in a 32-14 victory over the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl XI. Nicknamed the Ghost by his teammates, Casper was not only a great receiver and blocker, he was also a clutch performer. Two of the game's most memorable plays involved the sure-handed tight end. In the 1977 AFC playoff game between the Raiders and the Baltimore Colts, it was Casper's 10-yard touchdown 42-yard reception route that set up the tying field goal at the end of regulation. Early the next season, Ken Stabler fumbled the ball. The ball rolled 13 yards to the Chargers' 11, where running back Pete Banaszak batted it toward the goal line. At the 5, a quick-thinking Casper continued the ball's forward progress with his foot before finally falling on it in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. Casper played 6.5 seasons with the Raiders. During that time he was named All-Pro and All-AFC 4 times and was selected to play in 4 Pro Bowls. Midway through the 1980 season he was traded to the Houston Oilers for a first-round and 2 second-round draft picks. There he was reunited with Stabler, who was traded to the Oilers at the start of the season. Casper finished the season with 56 receptions and was named to his 5th Pro Bowl. In 1984, after a brief stint with the Minnesota Vikings, Casper returned to the Raiders, finishing his career with 378 receptions for 5,216 yards and 52 touchdowns. Jimbo Covert, a 6'4", 277-pound tackle out of Pittsburgh, was drafted in the first round, 6th player overall, of the 1983 NFL Draft by the Chicago Bears. He earned the Bears' starting left tackle position, starting all 16 games during his rookie season. Covert's presence made an immediate impact as he helped clear the path for Hall of Fame running back Walter Payton to gain 1,421 rushing yards and the Bears to lead the entire NFL in rushing. Covert's efforts earned him All-Rookie honors. Covert would continue to anchor an offensive line that helped the Bears capture 6 division titles in 7-year span. As a Bears team captain, Chicago won 10 or more games in a season 6 times during his 8-year career. The Bears' success during Covert's tenure was largely predicated on a strong rushing attack. They led the National Football League in rushing 4 straight seasons from 1983 to 1986 and were the NFC's top rushing team in 1989. He was able to battle through numerous injuries to start 110 games. Covert started at left tackle in 11 playoff games, 3 NFC championship games and 1 Super Bowl. He helped Chicago lead the NFC in points scored during the Bears' magical 1985 season, which was highlighted by a 15-1 regular season record. That season culminated in a dominating 46-10 victory over New England Patriots in Super Bowl XX. Covert paved the way for a 1,000-yard rusher in every season of his career but one. He was voted to the Pro Bowl twice, 1985 and 1986, was named the NFL's Offensive Lineman of the Year in 1985 and the Miller Lite Offensive Lineman of the Year in 1986. He earned consensus first-team All-Pro honors in 1985 and in 1986 as well as second-team All-Pro honors in 1987. Covert was also an All-NFC selection 4 times, 1985, 1986, 1987 and 1990, and named to NFL's All-Decade Team of the 1980s. Larry Csonka, a classic 6'3", 235-pound line-smashing fullback, provided the major rushing thrust in the Miami Dolphins' vaunted ball control offense when the team was dominating the National Football League in the early 1970s. A consensus All-American at Syracuse and the Dolphins' #1 draft pick in 1968, Csonka contributed almost picture-perfect performances in Miami's 3 Super Bowl seasons in 1971, 1972 and 1973. He surpassed 1,000 yards in rushing all 3 seasons with his best production 1,117 yards, coming during Miami's perfect season in 1972. Csonka earned All-AFC honors 4 times and was named All-Pro in 1971, 1972 and 1973. He also was selected to play in 5 consecutive Pro Bowls, although injuries forced him to miss 2 of those games. Perhaps his finest single-game effort came in Super Bowl VIII, when he was selected as the game's most valuable player. Miami's powerful attack was at its best with Csonka carrying 33 times for a then Super Bowl record 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. He wound up his 11-year career with 8,081 yards rushing and added 820 yards on 106 pass receptions. Extremely sure-handed, he fumbled only 21 times in 11 seasons. His 408 points came on 68 touchdowns. Csonka, who was born in Stowe, Ohio, on December 25, 1946, startled the pro football world by playing out his option with Miami in 1974 and joining the Memphis Southmen of the World Football League. When the WFL folded, he joined the New York Giants as a free agent in 1976. He enjoyed moderate success for 3 seasons with the Giants before returning to the Dolphins for a final 1979 season. Csonka's final fling proved to be a success. His 873 yards rushing was his best since 1973, and his 13 total touchdowns and 12 touchdowns rushing both were career highs. Curly Culp, an All-American in football and wrestling at Arizona State, was selected in the 2nd round of the 1968 draft by the Denver Broncos. The team attempted to switch him to guard on offense, and when the experiment did not work, Denver ultimately dealt him to the Kansas City Chiefs, where he instantly became an integral part of the club's dominating defense. In his 2nd pro season, he helped the Chiefs win Super Bowl IV. He started at left defensive tackle in the 1969 AFL Championship game and contributed 4 tackles, 2 assists and a sack as the Chiefs downed the Oakland Raiders 17-7. He then added 3 tackles and 1 assisted tackle in Kansas City's 23-7 victory over the Minnesota Vikings in the Super Bowl. After 6+ seasons in Kansas City, Culp was traded in 1974 to the Houston Oilers as part of a blockbuster deal. It was with Houston that he began to gain perennial acclaim for his consistently high level of play. Almost instantly Culp helped transform the Oilers from losers to contenders. In his first full season with the Oilers, the team finished with a 10-4 record, which was the first winning mark for the club in 8 years and only the second in 13 seasons. He was the anchor of the Oilers, who had the top-ranked defense against the run in the AFC and 3rd in the entire NFL in 1975. Culp recorded arguably his finest season as he amassed 11.5 sacks and was named the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year by the Newspaper Enterprise Association. Culp continued as a leader of the Oilers' defense that culminated in back-to-back appearances in the AFC Championship games in 1978 and 1979. He was named to 1 AFL All-Star game and 5 Pro Bowls during his career. Culp also was picked as a first-team All-Pro in 1975 and a second-team selection in 1971, 1977, 1978 and 1979. He was selected first or second team All-AFC 5 times. He played in 179 career games that included a final stint with the Detroit Lions. Fred Dean excelled as an All-Southland Conference linebacker during his collegiate football career at Louisiana Tech. The San Diego Chargers selected him in the second round, 33rd player overall, of the 1975 NFL Draft. Dean was moved immediately to the defensive line where he starred during his entire NFL career, first with the Chargers, 1975 to 1981, and later with the San Francisco 49ers, 1981 to 1985. Dean's quickness, speed, and strength made him one of the league's most feared pass rushers during his 141-game career. Although the sack did not become an official NFL statistic until 1982, if numbers tallied by the teams were included with his official sack count, Dean's career sack total would stand near 100. His role as an impact player became apparent very early in his career. As a rookie for the Chargers in 1975, Dean recorded 7 sacks, 93 tackles, 63 solo, 30 assists, and 4 fumble recoveries. With Dean doing his part on defense and combined with the Chargers' high-flying offense, the team became a strong playoff contender. In 1978, he recorded 15.5 sacks as the Chargers posted a winning record. He followed that season by adding 9 sacks in 1979 and 10.5 in 1980 as San Diego claimed 2 straight AFC Western Division championships. Early in the 1981 season, Dean was shipped to the San Francisco 49ers where he continued to demonstrate his extraordinary talent. Dean contributed 12 sacks in 11 games for the 49ers en route to the team's first Super Bowl victory. Dean's finest year came 2 seasons later when he led the NFC with a career-high 17.5 sacks. Included in that total was a then NFL record 6 sacks in one game. He set the mark during the 49ers' 27-0 shutout of the New Orleans Saints on November 13, 1983. In all, Dean played on 5 division winners. He played in 3 NFC Championship games and in 2 of San Francisco's Super Bowl victories, Super Bowls 16 and 19. Dean earned all-conference honors 4 times, twice with the Chargers and twice with the 49ers. He was also named to 4 Pro Bowls, 1980 to 1982, 1984, and selected All-Pro twice, 1980-1981. In the 1970s, Joe DeLamielleure and his Buffalo Bills offensive line mates were dubbed the Electric Company because they turned the juice loose. The juice, of course, was Hall of Fame running back O.J. Simpson. An All-America and 3-time All-Big Ten performer at Michigan State, Joe D., as he was known, was selected in the first round of the 1973 NFL Draft by the Buffalo Bills. At first, when he failed his physical, it seemed he would never play pro football. Fortunately, further tests showed his irregular heartbeat was not serious, and Joe went on to win all-rookie honors. It was the beginning of a string of career honors that few guards had or have since exceeded. He went on to become the most honored lineman of the Bills' respected front wall. 8 times during his career he was selected first or second team All-Pro. 7 times he was named first or second team All-AFC, and 6 times he was named to the Pro Bowl. Since 1970, only 2 Hall of Fame guards, John Hannah with 10 and Gene Upshaw with 7, were named All-Pro more often. In 1975, the NFL Players Association named him Offensive Lineman of the Year. Extremely durable and dependable, Joe played in 185 consecutive games during his 13 playing seasons with the Bills and the Cleveland Browns. A starter from the first game of his rookie season, Delamielleure played and started in every game for 8 seasons in Buffalo before being traded to Cleveland in 1980. During 5 years in Cleveland he played in every game and had only 3 non-starts. Primarily due to the success of the Bills' running attack led by Simpson, Delamielleure was best known for his run blocking. Behind the swift pulling guard, O.J. became the first player to rush for more than 2,000 yards in a season. But Joe was more than just a run blocker. He was also an effective pass blocker and rarely allowed his opponent to disrupt Buffalo's or Cleveland's pass plays. Delamielleure, who was named to the NFL's 1970s All-Decade Team, finished his career in 1985 with a final season back where it had begun, in Buffalo. An 8th-round draft pick out of Tennessee State, rookie defensive end Richard Dent immediately exceeded the Chicago Bears' expectations. Dent played in every game as a rookie in 1983 and even started in 3. The following year, he became a permanent starter at right end. That year he recorded a team record 17.5 sacks, which was also the most of any defender in the NFC. For Dent, the 1984 season was the beginning of a remarkable 10-year period during which he recorded 10 or more sacks in 8 of the next 10 seasons, including 5 consecutive, 1984 to 88. His only double-digit misses during that period came in 1989 when he logged 9 sacks, and in 1992 when he added 8.5 more. Making his accomplishment even more significant is the fact that he was a starter in only the final 10 games of the season. Appropriately, he was named to the first of his 4 Pro Bowls and earned All-Pro and All-NFC honors as well. Dent's NFC-leading 17.5 sacks in 1984 was immediately followed up with an NFL-best 17 sacks in 1985. That year the Bears trounced the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 20. Dent's Super Bowl performance, 3 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles, earned him Most Valuable Player honors. In the 2 playoff games against the New York Giants and Los Angeles Rams, building up to the Super Bowl, he was credited with a combined total of 9 tackles and 4.5 sacks. In the 1986 season, Dent registered 11.5 sacks, 7.5 of which came during the final 7 games. Twice, once in 1984 and then again in 1987, the Bears' pass rushing specialist dropped Los Angeles Raiders quarterbacks for a career-high 4.5 sacks in a single game. Chicago's defenses of the mid to late 1980s ranks as one of the best of all time. Dent, a pass rushing force, was a dominant player on a dominant defense. "He'll make the guy in front of him know he's in for a day's work," former Philadelphia Eagles head coach Ray Rhodes said of Dent when he signed him late in his career. At the time of his retirement, Dent's 137.5 career sack total was third behind Reggie White and Bruce Smith. Additional career statistics, including seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, 1994, Indianapolis Colts, 1996, and Eagles, 1997, include 8 interceptions, a safety, and fumble recovery for a touchdown. 4 times he was named first or second team All-Pro, 5 times All-NFC, and selected to play in 4 Pro Bowls, 1985, 1986, 1991, and 1994. Eric Dickerson, a legendary running back in the National Football League, left an indelible mark on the sport with his exceptional talent and remarkable achievements. Born on September 2, 1960, in Sealy, Texas, Dickerson rose to prominence as one of the most dominant rushers in NFL history, earning his place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1999. Dickerson began his professional career with the Los Angeles Rams, who selected him as the second overall pick in the 1983 NFL Draft. In his rookie season, he burst onto the scene with an incredible performance, rushing for a record-breaking 1,808 yards, which remains the highest single-season rushing total for a rookie. This extraordinary achievement earned him numerous accolades, including the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Throughout his career, Dickerson continued to excel, displaying a unique blend of power, speed, and agility that made him nearly unstoppable on the field. His signature upright running style, combined with his exceptional vision, allowed him to evade defenders and break through tackles with ease. In 1984, Dickerson set a new single-season rushing record, amassing an astonishing 2,105 yards, the most rushing yards in a single season. To this day, Dickerson's record remains intact, serving as a testament to his unparalleled skill and dominance as a running back. Over the course of his career, which spanned from 1983 to 1993, Dickerson played for the Los Angeles Rams, Indianapolis Colts, Los Angeles Raiders, and Atlanta Falcons. He accumulated a total of 13,259 rushing yards, placing him seventh on the all-time rushing list. In addition to his rushing success, Dickerson showcased versatility as a receiver out of the backfield, recording 281 receptions for 2,137 yards. Dickerson's list of accomplishments is extensive. He was named to the Pro Bowl 6 times and earned first-team All-Pro honors 5 times. Throughout his career, he led the league in rushing yards 4 times and was a key contributor to his team's success. Off the field, Dickerson's impact on the game continued to resonate. He set the standard for excellence at the running back position, inspiring future generations of players. His unique running style, record-setting performances, and overall dominance solidify his status as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. Eric Dickerson's incredible talent and remarkable achievements make him a true icon in the world of professional football. His record-breaking seasons and extraordinary rushing ability distinguish him as one of the most dominant running backs to have ever played the game. His legacy will forever be etched in NFL history. Dan Dierdorf is widely recognized as one of the greatest offensive linemen in NFL history. Born on June 29, 1949, in Canton, Ohio, Dan Dierdorf developed a passion for football at an early age. He attended the University of Michigan, where he excelled as an offensive lineman and earned All-American honors in 1970. In 1971, Dierdorf was selected in the second round of the NFL Draft by the St. Louis Cardinals, now the Arizona Cardinals. He quickly established himself as one of the premier offensive tackles in the league. Dierdorf's durability and consistency were exceptional, as he started in 160 out of 161 games played during his 13-year career. Dierdorf's impact on the field was remarkable. He was known for his superb technique, agility, and strength, which made him an outstanding pass and run blocker. His ability to protect quarterbacks and create running lanes for the Cardinals was instrumental in their offensive success. Throughout his career, Dierdorf earned numerous accolades and honors. He was selected to the Pro Bowl 6 times, consecutively from 1974 to 1979. Additionally, he was named first-team All-Pro 3 times and second-team All-Pro 2 times. Dierdorf's dominance on the field was recognized by his peers and experts alike. Beyond his individual achievements, Dierdorf played a pivotal role in the success of the Cardinals' offense. He was instrumental in leading the team to 3 consecutive NFC East Division titles from 1974 to 1976. Dierdorf's contributions were crucial in establishing the Cardinals as a formidable force in the league during that era. In 1996, Dierdorf's exceptional career was recognized as he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His induction solidified his status as one of the greatest offensive linemen to ever grace the NFL. While statistics for offensive linemen are not as readily available or recognized as those of skill position players, Deardorff's impact on the game cannot be understated. His consistency, technique, and leadership were invaluable to the success of the Cardinals' offense and his individual recognition. After retiring as a player, Deardorff transitioned into a successful broadcasting career. He became a prominent sports commentator, lending his expertise and insights to NFL broadcasts, further establishing himself as a respected figure in the world of football. Dan Deardorff's career as an offensive lineman in the NFL was characterized by excellence, consistency, and impact. His technical prowess, durability, and leadership qualities made him one of the most revered players in the league. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame serves as a testament to his remarkable contributions to the sport. Chris Doleman was a legendary NFL player who left an indelible mark on the game of American football. From his dominant performances on the field to his inspiring journey off the field. Born on October 16, 1961, in Indianapolis, Indiana, Chris Doleman's love for football began at an early age. He attended William Penn High School, where he excelled as a standout athlete. Doleman's remarkable talent earned him a scholarship to the University of Pittsburgh, where he continued to impress as a defensive lineman. During his college career, he recorded an impressive 25.5 sacks, showcasing his potential as a future NFL star. The Minnesota Vikings selected Chris Doleman as the 4th overall pick in the 1985 NFL Draft. From the moment he stepped onto the field, it was clear that he was destined for greatness. Doleman's combination of speed, agility, and power made him a formidable force against any offensive line. Throughout his illustrious career, Doleman played for the Vikings, Atlanta Falcons, and San Francisco 49ers. He was renowned for his pass rushing abilities and recorded an astonishing 150.5 sacks in his career, placing him 5th on the all-time sack list at the time of his retirement. Chris Doleman's excellence on the field did not go unnoticed. He was an 8-time Pro Bowl selection, earning the honors in 1987, 1989, 1990, 1992, 1993, 1995, 1996, and 1998. Additionally, he was a 3-time first-team All-Pro and a 2-time second-team All-Pro. Doleman's impact went beyond individual awards. He was instrumental in leading the Vikings' defense and played a crucial role in the team's success during the late 1980s and early 1990s. He helped the Vikings reach the playoffs multiple times and was an integral part of the team's NFC Championship run in 1987. Despite retiring from professional football, Doleman remained actively involved in the sport he loved. He worked as a mentor for young athletes, sharing his knowledge and experiences to help the next generation succeed both on and off the field. In 2012, Chris Doleman's impressive career and contributions to the sport were rightfully recognized as he was enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His induction solidified his status as one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history. Tragically, Chris Doleman passed away on January 28, 2020, after battling glioblastoma, a form of brain cancer. His untimely death was a significant loss to the football community and a reminder of the importance of cherishing and celebrating the accomplishments of sports legends like him. Chris Doleman's journey from a talented young athlete to a revered NFL Hall of Famer is a testament to his dedication, skill, and sportsmanship. With an impressive career stats of 150.5 sacks, 8 Pro Bowl selections, and numerous accolades, he has left an indelible legacy on the sport of American football. Beyond his on-field achievements, Doleman's impact as a mentor and role model continues to inspire generations of aspiring athletes. His enshrinement in the Hall of Fame immortalizes his name and contributions to the game, ensuring that his legacy will never be forgotten. Tony Dorsett. Born on April 7, 1954, in Rochester, Pennsylvania, Dorsett's journey from a small-town athlete to a football icon became one of the most prolific and electrifying running backs in NCAA history. In 1976, he won the Heisman Trophy, solidifying his status as a football superstar. In 1977, Dorsett made the transition to the NFL when he was drafted as the second overall pick by the Dallas Cowboys. His impact on the professional level was immediate. Dorsett's statistics showcase his exceptional abilities as a running back. Over his illustrious NFL career, he rushed for a total of 12,739 yards and scored 77 touchdowns. His average of 4.3 yards per carry highlights his ability to gain significant yardage on each attempt. Dorsett's most iconic touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. This legendary run showcased his speed, vision, and ability to break through defensive lines, leaving a mark on NFL history. One of Dorsett's greatest accomplishments was helping lead the Dallas Cowboys to victory in Super Bowl XII, solidifying his place in football lore. His contributions on the field were pivotal in securing the championship for his team. Beyond his statistics and championships, Dorsett's influence on the game can be seen in the way he changed perceptions of the running back position. Standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, he proved that size wasn't a limitation for success in a league dominated by larger players. His agility, vision, and football IQ allowed him to excel against formidable defenses. Dorsett's contributions to the sport were duly recognized when he was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 1994. This honor was a testament to his exceptional career and his impact on the game. His influence extended beyond his playing days, as he continued to inspire new generations of athletes to strive for excellence. Off the field, Dorsett's character and sportsmanship added to his legacy as a beloved figure in the football community. He used his platform to contribute to charitable causes and advocate for important issues. Tony Dorsett's journey from a small Pennsylvania town to the NFL Hall of Fame is a story of talent, dedication, and exceptional achievements. His impressive statistics, including his rushing yards and touchdowns, reflect his dominance on the gridiron. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1994, Tony Dorsett's legacy continues to inspire football players and fans alike, and his impact on the sport will endure for generations to come. Kenny Easley, a dominant force in the National Football League, NFL, during the 1980s, made his mark as one of the most ferocious safeties in the history of the game. His outstanding career, defined by impressive statistics and numerous accolades, led to his well-deserved induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Kenny Easley was born on January 15, 1959, in Chesapeake, Virginia. He attended the University of California, Los Angeles, where he established himself as a standout safety. His exceptional college career paved the way for his entry into the NFL. Easley possessed exceptional ball hawking skills. Over the course of his career, which spanned from 1981 to 1987 with the Seattle Seahawks, he recorded 32 interceptions. This impressive statistic reflects his ability to read quarterbacks and make game-changing plays. Beyond interceptions, Easley was a sure tackler. He consistently contributed in run support, and his tackling ability is evident in his career total of 498 tackles. Easley was also known for his ability to blitz and put pressure on the quarterback. He recorded 8 sacks during his career, showcasing his versatility and ability to impact the game in various ways. Kenny Easley was selected to the NFL Pro Bowl 5 times during his career, emphasizing his status as one of the league's premier safeties. He was named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1984, a testament to his dominance in that era. Easley's reputation as a fierce competitor and playmaker was recognized when he was named to the NFL 1980s All-Decade Team, further solidifying his place among the era's defensive greats. Kenny Easley's legacy extends beyond his statistics and awards. He was a leader on and off the field, known for his hard-hitting style and football IQ. Easley's ability to diagnose plays, make timely interceptions, and deliver bone-crushing tackles made him a fan favorite and a feared opponent. In addition to his on-field prowess, Easley's perseverance in the face of adversity is an integral part of his legacy. He battled through kidney disease, which ultimately led to the premature end of his football career. Despite this setback, Easley remained resilient and continued to inspire others through his story. Off the field, Kenny Easley has been involved in various charitable and community efforts, further enhancing his reputation as a role model. Kenny Easley's career in the NFL was characterized by his exceptional skills, playmaking ability, and leadership on the gridiron. His statistics, awards, and impact on the game earned him a well-deserved spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Easley's legacy as a tenacious and cerebral safety continues to be celebrated by football fans and serves as an inspiration to aspiring athletes everywhere. Carl Eller is celebrated as one of the most dominant defensive players in NFL history. His career statistics and achievements as a defensive end speak to his exceptional skills and impact on the game of football. Carl Eller tallied a total of 133.5 sacks during his NFL career. His ability to disrupt opposing quarterbacks made him a nightmare for offensive linemen. Eller forced 31 fumbles over his career, highlighting his knack for creating turnovers and changing the course of games. An unusual accomplishment for a defensive lineman, Eller also recorded 4 interceptions, showcasing his versatility and athleticism. Carl Eller was a vital part of the legendary Minnesota Vikings defensive unit known as the Purple People Eaters. He helped lead the Vikings to 4 Super Bowl appearances, although they didn't secure a championship. Eller earned 6 Pro Bowl selections during his career, emphasizing his status as one of the premier defensive linemen of his era. He was named an All-Pro 5 times, reflecting his consistent excellence as a defensive end. Eller's impact on the NFL was recognized when he was named to the NFL 1970s All-Decade Team, a testament to his lasting influence on the game. Eller was a linchpin of the Purple People Eaters, one of the most fearsome defensive units in NFL history. Alongside teammates like Alan Page and Jim Marshall, he helped define an era of defensive dominance for the Minnesota Vikings. His ability to not only rush the passer but also make plays in coverage with interceptions showcased his versatility as a defensive end. He was a complete player who could impact the game in various ways. Carl Eller's success and tenacity on the field have inspired countless young athletes to pursue careers in football and strive for excellence in their chosen positions. Beyond his statistics, Eller's leadership qualities and work ethic were highly respected by teammates and opponents alike. He set the standard for what it meant to be a professional football player. Carl Eller's legacy in the NFL is etched in the record books and the memories of football fans. His remarkable career statistics, including 133.5 sacks and 31 forced fumbles, attest to his prowess as a defensive end. Moreover, his numerous accolades, including Pro Bowl selections, All-Pro honors, and Hall of Fame induction, underscore his status as one of the all-time greats in professional football. As a key figure in the iconic Purple People Eaters, and a versatile defensive force, Carl Eller's impact on the game extends far beyond the numbers. He continues to inspire future generations of football players with his dedication, leadership, and ability to dominate on the gridiron. Carl Eller is a true legend of the NFL, leaving an enduring legacy that will be celebrated by football enthusiasts for generations to come. John Elway is a name that resonates with football fans across the world. Born on June 28, 1960, in Port Angeles, Washington, John Elway would go on to become one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. John Elway's football journey began at Stanford University, where he excelled as a college quarterback. His talent was undeniable, and he was selected as the first overall pick in the 1983 NFL Draft by the Baltimore Colts. However, he famously refused to play for the Colts and was subsequently traded to the Denver Broncos. Elway's career with the Broncos spanned an incredible 16 seasons, from 1983 to 1998. During this time, he became the face of the franchise and a beloved figure in Denver. His leadership and on-field heroics earned him the nickname, the Duke of Denver. Elway amassed an impressive 51,475 passing yards during his career, ranking him 7th all-time. His ability to read defenses and deliver pinpoint passes made him a constant threat in the passing game. He threw a total of 300 touchdown passes, showcasing his ability to find the end zone consistently. This feat places him among the elite quarterbacks in NFL history. Elway led the Broncos to 5 Super Bowl appearances during his career, winning back-to-back titles in Super Bowl 32 and 33. His performance in Super Bowl 32, where he famously went flying in the air after being hit to lead his team to victory, is particularly memorable. He was selected to the Pro Bowl an astounding 9 times, demonstrating his consistent excellence throughout his career. Elway was named the NFL MVP in 1987, showcasing his status as one of the league's premier players. One of Elway's most remarkable traits was his ability to engineer fourth-quarter comebacks. He orchestrated 47 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime, solidifying his reputation as one of the clutchest quarterbacks in NFL history. John Elway's impact on the NFL goes beyond statistics. He was known for his strong arm, leadership on and off the field, and his ability to rally his team in the face of adversity. His Elway comebacks became the stuff of legend, and his dedication to winning was unwavering. After retiring as a player, Elway transitioned to a successful career as an executive, serving as the general manager and executive vice president of football operations for the Denver Broncos. He continued to shape the team's success, including their victory in Super Bowl 50. John Elway's impact on the NFL is immeasurable. His storied career, highlighted by impressive statistics and unforgettable moments, makes him a true legend in the world of American football. From his early days at Stanford to his glory years with the Denver Broncos, John Elway's name will forever be synonymous with excellence and a never-say-die attitude in the NFL.
Dan Fouts, born on June 10, 1951 in San Francisco, California, is a former NFL Hall of Fame quarterback who played the majority of his career with the San Diego Chargers. Dan Fouts grew up in a football family. His father, Bob Fouts, was a well-known Bay Area sportscaster. Fouts attended the University of Oregon, where he excelled as a quarterback, setting the stage for his future success in the NFL. Fouts spent his entire NFL career with the San Diego Chargers, becoming the face of the franchise. Known for his strong arm and accuracy, he played a pivotal role in popularizing the Air Coryell offense, an aggressive passing scheme named after head coach Don Coryell. Fouts was a trailblazer in terms of passing yards, consistently ranking among the league leaders in this category. He led the NFL in passing yards 4 times during his career, 1979 to 1982, and was selected to 6 Pro Bowls. Fouts' prolific passing game resulted in numerous touchdowns and completed passes. He led the league in touchdown passes twice, 1979-1981, and completions 4 times, 1979-1982. Fouts became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for over 4,000 yards in 3 consecutive seasons, 1979-1981. His statistics are career passing yards, 43,040. Fouts retired as the NFL's all-time leading passer, a testament to his longevity and consistency. Touchdown passes, 254. Fouts ranks 21st on the all-time list for touchdown passes, showcasing his ability to find the end zone. Career completion percentage, 58.8%. In an era when passing efficiency was not as emphasized as it is today, Fouts maintained a solid completion percentage. Dan Fouts' legacy extends beyond statistics. He was a pioneer in the evolution of the passing game, influencing future generations of quarterbacks. His leadership and on-field intelligence made him a respected figure in the NFL, and his impact is still felt in the league today. Dan Fouts' career is a testament to his skill, resilience, and innovation in the quarterback position. As a key figure in the development of the passing game, Fouts left an indelible mark on the NFL. His enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame solidifies his status as one of the league's all-time great quarterbacks, and his contributions continue to be celebrated by football enthusiasts. So what are your thoughts about Dan Fouts? Do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Write in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thanks for watching.